Hiya, welcome back to my channel. I like that I like this feeling saying that thing. I want to follow YouTube. I recently traveled to the UAE. First time going into the country. I have transited in the country a number of times, but having immigration stamp your passport and then you actually enter. I hadn't done that. And traveling in the heat of the moment, I just I was traveling the week where there was this video about them sending back Nigerians. There was this video about Abike. There was Tacha complaining. So many things about Dubai at that time. And that was when I was traveling. Like, I was entering the country. So let's go back to the visa process. The journey was for work. If it wasn't for work, I could have just, forfeited it and just bonded like, I can't be stressed. But it was work related and it was already certain. It was already done. I was the youngest in the team, and so when it was time to get visa, the rest of them got their visa is in like 24 hours. I was the only one that didn't have a visa. The journey was for Friday. Getting a flight ticket was one of the requirements. 6 months bank statement, all those things. I'm like, okay, but I thought Dubai visa wasn't this difficult. Apparently, there were changes in their immigration policy and all that. So I sent in my details, my passport, my data page, my passport photograph. I didn't hear anything. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I didn't even pack my load because I was like, it's not gonna happen. I mean, if I've not gotten my visa by Thursday, the next day was Friday. The journey was for like 1:30 p.m. So early, so it wasn't even an evening flight. I was so discouraged, and then the visa came in 6 p.m. on Thursday. Okay, time to pack. I got back home, started rushing, packed my load, and then because I wasn't excited from the beginning. I did not even know. I just put in a lot of things. I'm like, I'll say to myself when I get there. The next day was Friday. This is where it gets really interesting. The consultant for the trip now sent me another visa. So my initial visa was student/family visa, but the one he sent Friday morning that I needed to print out was business visa. I printed it out. I went to do some other things, It was Friday morning. I was driving around. I was setting myself out, and I was running late. Now, it's not my first time traveling. I mean, most times I travel alone. Most times I would say I'm a bit of a frequent flyer. I'm a bit of a frequent traveler. Maybe not to many countries, maybe one country, but I've traveled a lot of times. And I became confused. I rushed back home. The previous day, I'd packed my bag. I'd put in my passport, my COVID card, and I'd got myself ready. But because I was late from where I was coming from, I went to do some things in the shopping complex close to the house. So I rushed back home, just took my box, ordered Uber. The Uber was there in 2 minutes. I was like, great. This was 10:30. 10:30 a.m. My flight was 1:30 p.m. And then I got in the Uber. If you know Abuja very well, I stay in Wuse, Zone 1. And when you come out of Wuse and you're going towards the airport, you go by NNPC Mega Station, you branch to Church Gate, and then you start heading to airport. When we got to the Mega Station, I just thought to myself, where is my passport? Where is my passport? I just had in my bag, my laptop and my wallet. No passport, no COVID vaccine. I thought to myself, what the hell? Do I think I was driving to Lagos? Because I only had my voter's card. I said, driver, please stop the car. He said, okay, when he turns, he will stop the car. I was already getting tensed up. Now, this is already 2:11. My flight is for 1:30. I need to check in. I got down. It was that Friday morning was that was the day rain was pouring. I learned it during the whole day. That was the day. I went to the trunk of the car. I opened my bag because I had just one suitcase and one hand luggage. My passport wasn't inside. My COVID vaccine wasn't inside. I said, eh? And I'm going to the airport and I'm traveling. Am I stupid? I could not even blame myself. I just said, driver, take me back to the house. Let's go back home. And you know when devil wants to, I know when you're in a hurry, everything is slow. When you're coming from Lugbe, you know there's traffic. Oh my God. And we needed to go turn and go back the way we came. I was just praying, God, please help me. God, please help me. God, please help me. How can I be that stupid in my life? Like, are you a JJC? Are you? I could not even stop blaming myself. My mind was like, God, just please help me. We turned, there was road safety. Hey, God, I tried that road, but there were so many things that were strange that day. There was road safety, so everybody was following traffic order. Nobody was, everybody was, I say, Chineke, God. We shall got home. All these things I'm saying is because, in the the tension of the moment, your heart is beating fast. You're already thinking, oh, you're going to be late. So when I got home, I flew upstairs. I'd already called my mom. I said, I forgot something at home. What did you forget? I could not say it. I could not say I forgot my passport. I could not say I forgot my COVID card. It doesn't make sense. You're not 12. You're not 2 years old. When I got to, what did you forget? I was like, no, I forgot my COVID card. So we started looking for the card. As soon as I opened my other suitcase at home, I saw my passport. Strange. Meanwhile, I told my younger cousin, please go check in the trunk. Maybe I wasn't searching well, but I was sure I took the passport. I just didn't see it. So he went downstairs to the Uber driver. God even saved me, say the Uber driver no carry, because I left all my properties in the car. Just went upstairs. He said no carry my load, go. So he went downstairs. He looked for my passport in my load that I already checked on the road. He saw my passport and my COVID card. So when he came upstairs with my passport and my COVID card, I also had my passport in my hand, only for me to discover that I was carrying an expired passport. Meanwhile, the one that was at home that I did not take was a valid passport. I'd never made that mistake in my life. I mean, they're not even always, they're usually always together. But something happened. I think one of these custom officers, something happened and they separated them. And I just, left them. After I cleared at that point, I didn't put them together again. And I swear if I'd seen that passport where I was checking on the road before we turned back home, I would have just gone to the airport without looking at it because I was so confident it was a Korean passport. Now, God saved me that day. So I just checked. I was like, oh, it's expired passport. I just dropped the expired passport, took the valid passport, put my COVID card, and then driver straight to the airport. Hey, this was now past 11. Jesus Christ. And international trips, it's not like airpiece that they will shift it. It was also my first time of traveling Ethiopian Air, and I heard they were quite strict and punctual. Okay, I was running. I was praying in my heart. I was just saying, God, please help me. God, please help me. God, please help me. And then we got to the airport. The driver wasn't helping matters. He was just running at 120. In my mind, I'm like, guy, can you go faster? This is express. Move this car. Hey, my life, everything is at stake. And then I got to the airport like 11:40. I paid the guy. In fact, I even tipped him. I was so happy. I, rushed. Now it was pouring. Remember, when I scattered my load in the trunk of the boot, in the trunk of the car, in the boot, I didn't arrange it because it was raining. Because when I opened it, I just searched. Like, no, it should be here, but I didn't see it. When my cousin came and said I saw it, he didn't zip up. It was pouring. My guy didn't have an umbrella. I was wearing a blazer. And then I needed to zip my luggage before pulling it and dragging it to the to the departure. Rain beat me that day. So the guy came down. He helped me. He zipped up my small box. I zipped up the big box, and then I ran. I ran under the rain to the arrivals, to the departure. The rain wasn't so heavy, but I felt it like, hey God, which kind of suffer this have to, like, what's about this journey? What about this trip? why is all this happening? So I got in. In Nigeria airports, you go in, they check your COVID card. The network wasn't working. I'm like, Jesus Christ, not today. I know I was already in the airport, but I needed to be at the counter. I needed to be checked in before 12:10. 12:10 was the time they stopped checking. Was the time checking closed? My man was like, Oga, what's your problem? Like, why are you looking through my card? You've seen my details. I took the first dose, second dose, I took a booster. Let me go. He just said, wait, madam. I was like, wait, for what? Do you want to kill me? Like, I'm already tensed. Please, don't delay me here. I've gone through a lot for me to get here right now. So he said, okay, it's fine. Then I passed my load, and then the customs lady there was like, why are you not smiling? I was like, I'm late. She was like, Ethiopian Air has not even landed. My man, I'm like, I knew they were going to land around 12ish, but then these guys, once they land, they clean their airplane. They are ready to go. So I opened my sack. I don't have anything. I just have clothes. I just have like 5 days clothes, or and that was it. Not like I didn't even take food and all that. So she said I should go. I dragged my box upstairs. I didn't even let anybody help me. I took it upstairs, and then when I got to the counter, there was a queue. So they said, oh, if you're going to Dubai here, if you're not going to Dubai here, they will check your passport, they will check your visa before you go to drop in your baggage. Oh, when I got there, I could now breathe because there were still people on the line. I'm like, okay, thank God. This was around 11:55, 12ish. So when it got to my turn, where are you going to? I said, Dubai, where's your visa? I gave them my visa. They said, okay, go and check in your bag and come back for your visa. Now, at the airport, at that place, they were validating visas. They were giving us undertaking to sign. Very weird. I know Dubai was quite hot at the time, so they were doing something. It was so unnecessarily. There was this unnecessary process. I mean, but if you're not going to Dubai, you were free. As soon as they check your passport, they check your visa, you could go. I went to drop in my luggage. The guy said my hand, the one I wanted to use for cabin luggage was too big. I should check it in. So I checked in 2 bags. I had just my handbag. I went back to get my visa, and she signed it, and she gave it back to me. And I checked in, custom, those are other questions. By the time I was getting to the gate, the people were already seated. So, because this took about an hour or so, this was about past 1, and the flight was for 1:35. So I got in, I sat down. I was like, oh God, thank you. I was exhausted. Like, I was super exhausted. As soon as I just sat down, I just prayed. I said, God, I beg, this journey is in your hands. I didn't want to think about anything, Ethiopia Airlines and all that. And I slept off. As soon as the plane was taking off, I slept. Literally, I slept. Luckily for me, I was sitting in the middle. There was a white guy by my side, Russian. He was just drinking like an idiot. Russian guy by my side, and then the seat here was empty. So when we started our journey, I was tired, so I slept. When later, I woke up, and they were serving food. I'm like, good, give me food. And it's just your normal rice, chicken. This airplane food is. I ate. Then the guy by my side, he kept, as I was taking red wine, I was taking white wine, he was taking beer, he was taking everything. And then I'm like, this one, do you want to get drunk on the plane? Anyway, I ate, and then I put pillow to the other side, and I slept. The plane was making sounds like as if it was catching break in the air. My man was like, I just zoned out. I said, you know what? I can't even stress about this right now. I'm too stressed. And it was easy to fall asleep because I was tired. I know the run where I don't run. And then when I woke up, just getting close to where we're going to land. I'm like, okay, great. We got to the airport, Addis Ababa. Nothing. Oh, it's lovely, it's big, it's fine. It's okay. And then I went to my gate. Now, this is the last leg, the second leg to Dubai, and where they would determine my fate, whether I would enter or not. Prior to this time, I had printed everything out: my bank statement, my work. I took my work ID card. I took everything they could possibly ask me to show that, look, I'm going to go back to my country in 7 days. I'm not here to, constitute a nuisance. And this is not my first travel. I've been to USA, I've been to UK. I wasn't this tense, I wasn't this on the edge. I would hate for them to say, oh no, you can't. And like, I have everything. I have my valid visa, but not prayers. So when we got to Dubai, I'm like, okay, God, please just take control. Because I've been in the airports, I was just praying that God, just take control. I can't even, where will I start from? I don't want to be destabilized. This is the moment of truth. So, now the line was long. There were people getting visa on arrival. There were people that were residents, But then with our visa holders, we had our own line. It was long. I was just looking to see the trend. But actually, people were actually getting sent back. Like, they were just telling them, please just go there. Like, some people, when you're on the queue, you're just watching. One girl, I saw one guy. I say, hey, God, I beg, help me. And then I was looking and I saw two, when you see Nigerians, you would know. I saw two girls. One went this way. They said she entered. I'm like, oh, great, good. Another one entered. I was like, good. And then it was my turn. I said, God, I was ready. In my mind, I was like, God, I beg. And the guy just took my passport. If you've been to Dubai, you see that they take your picture, just beside the counter. I took my picture and I entered. And he just stamped my passport and that was it. I was like, He didn't ask for my visa. He didn't ask me any question. He didn't even say any. It was the easiest. I couldn't have imagined it to be that easy because, they said, if I could get my visa, they said I was a minor. I was underage. I paid way more than other people paid. So I was somewhat expecting a sort of interview, like sort of questioning, and it was so relaxing, and I was in. I was like, oh, thank you, God. Everything I was cared for, and that was it. I was like, oh God, he didn't even ask for. Because I just asked for my passport. I was ready. I was armed. He didn't even ask me shit. That was how I got in. Went to the carousel, picked my luggage, got to the hotel. I'll continue this part in another video because that is another story. Hint, I stayed in one of the loveliest hotels. It was a 5-star. It's my first time staying in a 5-star hotel. So yes, you could call me a bush girl, whatever, but it was a lovely experience. See you in the next video.